I've come to the conclusion now that that there's a totally erroneous statement around. And maybe it's me that's heard it wrong, but the statement is you are what you think you are. And I think that's totally invalid. I think the real statement and the real truth is we are what we think about. And in that context, I think it's very important to have a place to talk to someone about ourselves, where that person can be respectful, but not necessarily frightened or emotionally indebted to us, so they can't give us the truth back. And so really, one question is, is talking about addiction important? My answer is yes, it is. Is it useful to compare ourselves to others? My answer to that is no. I don't think it is useful to compare ourselves to others. I think it's useful to identify with other people's experiences and in order to develop compassion. But comparison, from my point of view, often leads to alienation and isolation, or looking for differences. So what would your view be on the importance of talking about addiction?
I think it's crucial to talk about addiction. If diagnosis, an accurate diagnosis of your condition lies at the heart, or is one of the platforms for recovery, which I think it is, then how am I going to find that out if I don't speak to other people? So, so for example, in the innate wisdom that you find in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, and it's in the book. It's in the book of Alcoholics Anonymous. It's very clear. It delineates between heavy drinkers and alcoholics of the type described in the doctor's opinion. And it actually says, if you're in any doubt of whether you like us, here's a quick experiment. Go to the nearest bar, buy one drink, maybe two, no more than three, and go away and stop. And then if you can stay stopped, then here's some good news. You're not like us. So it says in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. However, if when you've drunk three, you've got yourself an irresistible urge, because it's kicked, the whole thing has kicked in, and one's too many and 1,000's not enough, then you will not be able to resist number four under any circumstances. I mean, I still think one of the best iconic images of addiction is in The Lost Weekend with Ray Milland, where he has the bar, where it's just, the camera keeps panning back to the, I'm just going to have one, 2, 3, hey, come here, and then he says to the barman, that's not Broadway out there, that's the Nile. And that but he went in there, Mr. Bynum went in there with the sole intention of having one drink, and then off he went on his weekend with his wife and his wife to be, and of course as one of the iconic books of all time, written by Charles Jackson, starring Ray Milland, The Lost Weekend. And how many lost weekends have there been where people have needed to experiment again just to see if you've got an off switch. If you've got an off switch, then fair play to you, But if you're an alcoholic, you won't have no off switch.